Hey guys, I'm RedHerring, and I'm coming at you with another StarCraft 2 cast with myself, RedHerring, spawning as the red Protoss in the bottom left position of Shakura's Plateau, and the bottom right, we have my opponent, whose name I assuredly cannot pronounce. So, I'm going to call him Fee. So yeah, this is a game I just played earlier today, and I thought it was a really intense game, showing some really good tactics on both of our sides. So I will be going ahead and casting it for you. So if we look at the production tab, you can see that he is actually not making drones. He's not making Overlord, and there we go. He actually got to 11, and then he's gonna put down his pool. So this is a build that is actually. It's becoming, I don't want to say the new standard way to play Zerg, but it is very standard now. And the reasons a lot of Zerg have been doing this is because, one, you get Zerglings out super fast. And even if you don't put out pressure, like if I wasn't forward fast expanding here, he could actually win. If I don't get my Zealot out, he can, or not win, but he can do a lot of economic hurt with the Zerglings that come out on an 11 pool. The second reason is just because Protoss players love to forge fast expand. It forces, it denies any cannon rush on their expand when they do go for the expansion. And most Zerg players won't all in. Like the 11 pool, you may think is kind of all in-ish, and it is a little bit, but really you can play it off in a very macro way. So I mean, this is actually pretty standard by the Zerg player. Now, the 6 Zerglings, the 3 pairs of Zerglings, is not extremely standard. This makes it a little bit more of an aggressive build, not as macro style as I think a lot of Zerg players do, but again, it's not super all-in-ish. Some Zerg players will go 4 Zerglings, some will actually go 2, and that's just to deny cannons on the expansion. But I see the expand, I actually pull my probe back because I know he has Zerglings out. I think he's going to scout around this, but I actually, because I'm thinking it might be a macro play. It's actually not, but I do skirt my probe over here and actually make a pylon, because, hey, if he's sending his Zerglings to go scout my base, might as well put some pressure back on him. And this did force me not to throw down the Nexus immediately, but actually get a cannon and a gateway, and that's just to be safe. I mean, I don't know if he's ecoing or not behind this 11 pool, so, you know, better safe than sorry. And he's actually going to skirt around, and I try to throw up cannons, or pylons, and I actually do not get them down. Killing a couple Zerglings, 2 Zerglings, 1 at 50% health. I'm going to have to micro my probes a little bit. Hopefully I can do this without losing too many. So I haven't lost one yet. Lost one yet. I need to pull these guys back. Yeah, go back. Okay, so that's good. That's good. What I'm doing here is I'm actually mineral walking the ones in front away. That's actually really, really smart, and actually trap a couple of those. In the choke there, that was actually pretty brilliant micro. You box the couple that are fighting and move them over here, and they'll walk through whatever whatever units are in their way, and that just helps save their lives. So if you look at the workers killed, yeah, so 2 workers killed. Not bad at all. And if you notice, yes, so I did throw up a cannon. He did not scout this until just now. He sees it just now, and is forced to get spines, getting roach warren. And if you look at the income tab, I'm actually ahead in harvesters. You know, the 11 pool, like I said, there's a couple ways to play it off. He took the more aggressive stance and really didn't pay off too much for him this game. Was able to kill a couple workers, but I would not justify the 3 pairs of Zerglings for those 2 workers. So, and I've killed this hatch. So this is actually a pretty big blow. You know, obviously, you know, losing your expansion this early in the game is really not good for a Zerg player. And he's actually burrowing in range of my spine. Now there are a couple of ways to burrow crawlers so that they're actually not in range. If you put it 1 hex away, like this one I think, maybe, or over here, or something. There's a couple ways to do it, and I'm not actually sure exactly how you can place it, but I know you can place spine crawlers so they can shoot cannon, or so they can hit cannons, and cannons cannot fire back. This guy was a little bit unlucky and was not able to do that, but it doesn't really matter. He didn't lose the spine crawler, and he's just wailing away on this pylon. I put up another pylon here. That was just to prevent this one pylon here from powering all of these. but this is sunk money. I mean, this is lost money here. It's not. You know, looking back, I don't know if this was really the wisest decision because I saw he had spines and he will just poke down this one active pylon or this one active cannon here. But if you look at the income tab, yes, I've kept ahead in harvesters here. So this is very intelligent by him. Throw up a macro hatch. Yeah, there's no reason not to throw up a macro hatch if you have this much money here. And he didn't really feel super safe getting this, and he's actually just going to get it now. But, and yes, I do see this with the pylon. I might have waited, if I was him, to kill his pylon and then throw down the hatch, because now I know his exact move here. But I know the timing of the expansion. I do not know about this layer, however. And this layer is going to be very important. Because, if you look at the production tab, nidus swarm. So, I remember thinking, playing this game, you know, there's a couple options Zerg have when I feel their expo, one of which is the nidus swarm. The other one is just expand like crazy, like take this expansion up here. It's like a triple expand, or a double expand, but or just a break at the front with like banelings or roaches. And those are generally the three options Zerg players have. But, you know, I didn't have any ways to scout this. I had no Stargate, I had no... well, Stargate's on the way, but I didn't have it out in time to scout. I didn't have a box facility, obviously, and I couldn't make a observer. And I didn't have hallucination. I had no map presence at all. In fact, he doesn't really have much map presence. So we're both kind of wary of the other. He doesn't know what I have. I mean, he hasn't even scouted my nexus. So for all he knows, I could still be on one base, though that would be highly unlikely. But here we go. He's actually throwing down the nidus network, and is actually getting... Is he getting... No? Okay, so yeah, he's throwing down the nidus network. I throw the pylon down, and I'm like, oh, dang, not good. The Zergling's in my base. So I have to mineral walk through, try to get as many probes as I can out of there. Keep in mind that I am ahead by 14 harvesters. That will fall, but he's actually stopped there, so he won't actually run towards my cannons. Very good play. And I actually have to mineral walk through his Zerglings once again. My Void Wave pops just in time. And I do have one Zealot here who's going to clean up this Zergling threat. But if you look at the workers killed, 14 workers killed. So already, this nidus has paid for itself. I mean, he's denied all mining at my main. He's killed so many workers, and I have to focus down this nidus network here. So, if we look at the production, he sees the Void Array, and again, intelligent, making queens at each one of his hatches. He does have 3 hatches, even though he's on 2 base, but he can make 3 queens at a time, and I can only make 1 Stargate unit at a time, so we'll see how this plays out. I do have 2 Void Rays now, and that is definitely enough to take a queen. 1 Void Ray, keep in mind, can kill a queen, but this one had lost its shield, so I wasn't about to risk its life. And we rebuilt a nice network, and focusing down the queen with the energy. Again, that's what you want to do. Always focus the queen with the energy so that the opponent cannot transfuse. This whole time, his roaches and lings are working on my nexus here. And he's actually throwing up another nidus network. And I thought, okay, it doesn't have much. He has 2 roaches, a ling, and a queen. I can easily kill this, so I might as well just transfer my workers now. And I'm like, oh, wait, this is actually... this is way too greedy from me. I should not have transferred those workers until I'd completely cleared out everything. And, oh, he actually snipes this. This Phoenix does not have enough energy to pick up the queen, so I actually lost a Void Ray there, and that's pretty big. But he is unable to kill this main Nexus for now. We'll see if he's able to rally in some more guys. But he's actually going Spire now, and still pumping queens. This is so many queens. And he's rallied his queens to the Nidus network, so they pop, but 1 at a time. And I can take them 1 at a time, because, you know, these Phoenixes will lift them as they come out. And look, there's another one, and hopefully I'll be able to focus that one, so focus the weak one with my Void Ray. And I don't have enough energy here to pick up this queen, so I have to get out of there, and he's rebuilding the Nice One network. Again, keep in mind, he does have a creep tumor here. So he has complete vision, even if this queen dies, and his Nice One dies, he does have vision, and can put down more Nice Ones. The Spire's done, he's getting Corruptors. I actually killed Nice Worm. Keep in mind that you cannot cancel Nice Worms. When you start building them as Zerg, they're not able to cancel, so you will lose the 100 minerals, 100 gas investment in that. And, you know, because Nice Worms are not free, he's not super far ahead. not super far ahead, but he is ahead. He's ahead in harvesters, units lost. He is a little bit behind, but keep in mind, he's denied my expansion. He's killed 21 workers. That's so many. I'm actually picking off a queen, or trying to here, and I see the spire and these 3 corruptors. Oh, I'm not going to be able to kill that queen off, unfortunately for me. And looks like I am being chased by these corruptors here. Turn to focus, fire 1, micro that void right back, and he actually turns to leave. So here I have my zealot patrolling, because I know he has a creep tumor here. I mean, obviously the creep's not going away, so he does have a tumor. And I am going to have to keep an eye on this, because I don't want another nidus swarm to pop unnoticed by me. So getting a robotics facility. And here is where I was debating what unit composition do I go for. Because, you know, I know he has spire units. And so obviously Colossus isn't the best choice, because the spire units will counter the Colossus. And looks like he paused there. That's the reason for the chat down there. But yeah, not a big deal. And I was wondering, maybe I should go for Templar. But because of this creep tumor, I was like, okay, I at least need an observer. I need an observer to kill this creep tumor, because otherwise he's just going to keep nidusing. Every time I push out, he's just going to nidus my main. I'm just going to have to put all my guys back and try to deal with it. So that was my reasoning. I really didn't want to go robotics, but then I was like, okay, maybe he'll go roaches, and robotics will be helpful after all. So we'll see what happens. Again, very smart, throwing down expansions. I actually catch this one just as it finishes, and I'm going to try to focus it down with my 3 void rays here. But the arrival of these Aryans from his side, you know what? Actually, I might be able to take on. This is like one of those micro battle scenarios, you know, the ones where it's like 3 void, yeah, it's like the 3 void ray, 4 phoenix versus the 4 mutas, 3 corruptors. I'm actually not sure who would win that one. I think if I had stood with all my guys and fought and focus fired the phoenix on the mutas and the voiders on the corruptors, maybe I could have pulled off a win there, but I didn't want to chance it. I ended up losing a couple void rays, so maybe not the best decision, but throwing up more gateways here, and you know, I'm ready. I saw his mutas. I'm like, okay, cannon. Put some more gateways down. Getting blink, very important. Blink helps so much against muta harass, because you can kind of blink from ledge to ledge, chase the mutas away, and have these 3 phoenix here. And phoenix do so much damage to mutas, and I don't know. I don't agree with sending these mutas in. He actually snipes phoenix. Tried to micro it back, but it was a little bit too late. He's still rallying in mutas, and I don't know if I totally agree with this, but yeah, he's actually losing a couple mutas here, a little bit carelessly. I think it's a missed rally point there, so he actually loses like 3 mutas there. Is able to pull away, but excuse me, but look at the harvesters. He's still ahead in harvesters. I mean, he's still ahead in supply by 30. He's looking pretty good right now. And the one thing I would say is upgrades. He needs to get started on some upgrades. And he actually has +2 on the way. He's +1 for his mutas already. I am sitting at I think I'm at +1/+1. Where's one of my guys? +1/+1/+1. And I'm floating a little bit of money, but I'm scared. I don't want to. I'm scared to expand, because I don't know how much of the map he has. I need to scout his bases. I mean, this is my vision right here. So I know he has like half the map. So I'm I'm kind of scared of his mutas, and it makes me like hesitant to expand, because I know I need to push when I expand, or the expansion's gonna die. So I need to put some form of pressure on. I've been pretty passive this whole game, just getting hammered by him, and his mutas and slings, and his nidus worms and all that. So I'm like, okay, I need to put on some pressure. I'm floating a little bit of money. I need to take some expansions here, and so I'm gonna throw up an expand here. And I might, yeah, and I throw up an expand here. So I'm like, okay, I'm throwing so much money, might as well just double expand. I probably could do with some more gateways here. I have, what, 7 right now, and a robotics facility, so I could use a couple more gateways. But I am going to push out here, and we'll see how this does. And look, so many expansions. Look at that, yeah, that wasn't income tab. He's 85 harvesters. That's a great number of harvesters to be at in this stage of the game. But he doesn't have that much larva saved up for units. And now, oh my gosh, 44 Zerglings. Oh my gosh, so he does have a lot of larva. He just didn't want to spend it on roaches or anything. He's just being super greedy, and that's actually going to work okay for him, I think. He has a bunch of spine crawlers here. I mean, I know pushing into this would be devastating to me. and he has so many mutas, so many lings rallied in. I'm gonna have to, well, I'm killing creep tumors here, but I'm gonna poke and see if I can do it just a little bit of damage there. That one Archon just like tore apart some of those mutas there. And here we go, throwing down some storms. Those are decent storms, and actually storm myself here, and then blink out of it. There we go. So that is actually a fairly good move, because Storm does a lot more damage to biological units. Well, there's no bonus against biological units, but because I have shields, I can blink out and take a little hull damage. So I'm running in here, and I'm like, oh, that's so many lings. I'm gonna have to fall back a little bit, fall back, fall back, fall back, fall back, fall back. There we go. And +2 attack is done. So that does help me a little bit, but I mean this wall here is just too resilient. I mean there's no way I could break that with what little force I have here. So if you look at the income tab, again, it's doing great on the harvester count. I'm doing okay, and very intelligent by him. He's running in with all these Zerglings. It's a good amount of Zerglings. It's not like a huge commitment, but it's enough to delay this expansion, kill off some cannons here. Forced me to not transfer workers just yet, and he knows about this expansion now, so I think he might try, and here we go, yeah, he might try counterattack, and here he goes, coming in with a bunch of mutas, some lings here, gonna take this cannon out, and maybe deny this expansion, at least that's what he's hoping for, and I have to pull my guys all the way back. This is so intelligent by him. Oh, he actually tried to kill these High Templar here. I have to storm myself again, but he's actually, yeah, he's trying to snipe the pylons here. I actually blink up. This is why blink is so good. You can ward away mutas a lot more efficiently with blink. And charge is almost done. He's floating a little bit of money, but that's okay because he is, I don't know, he has a lot of tech down, so he can get pretty much whatever units he wants to get at this stage in the game. But I would like to see him go to Hive here. I'm not sure if he has an infestation pit right now. I don't see one, so I don't think he does, but I really would like to see him go to Hive. So I do have, okay, so yeah, during this whole attack, as I was trying to defend from mutas, he actually runs up more lings and snipes this base. Very, very good. So, you know, Protoss their strength is in the so-called ball of death. They want all their units kind of clumped together because the synergy of the units works so well. And yeah, it's just so much more efficient when you have this huge ball of Protoss units knocking at your front door, doing damage. Zerg is the Zerg player, Phea is playing to my weakness. He's running in with units like tactical strikes. He's running in with units up here, and then as soon as I pull away, he'll run down here, and as soon as I return to fight these units off, he's going to run back up here. And that is so frustrating for Protoss players like me to deal with. Because, you know, it's just hard to split up your units not knowing, well, you know, is there going to be a push at my main? You know, is it a diversion attack? Is it like the whole force? And it's hard to tell what exactly the Zerg is committing to attacks like these. So here we go. He's actually committing pretty majorly to this attack, but I do ward it away. My guys are +3, +1, so great upgrades, and he has +2 attack on his mutas, but no upgrades on his ground forces, and that's something I would definitely like to see from him. But keep in mind, he does have, what is it, 5 base to 2 to 3? Yeah, 5 base to 2 basically, because my main isn't mined out. Well, his main isn't mined out, so 4 base to 2 base. Not looking so hot for me right now. He's floating a nice amount of money, and he's maxed. It's definitely okay. And oh, double Evo chamber, so there we go. Good upgrades coming in by him. But I do have the upgraded advantage for now. Now, if you look at what I'm doing here, I'm actually getting robotics bay and another robotics facility. So I'm like, okay, I've been dealing with this mutas decently. And by decently, I mean not very decently at all, but that's what I thought. And I was like, okay, well, he might transition to roaches or hydras because I've been making so many stalkers, and this composition here is good against mutas, not so good against mass hydra. I guess the Templar can do some good there, but he actually takes out the one pylon I had powering these 4 gateways here, and that's kind of a blunder by me. You need to rebuild that as soon as possible. And I'm like, okay, well, he's still committing to mutas, so maybe this isn't such a good idea. Again, going for Colossus, but you know, we'll see. And he actually pushes in with these roaches at the same time as these mutas here, but am able to ward them away without losing too much there. And he's actually sniping in. So Yeah, Muta's mobility is so good. You know, you don't engage, you just run around, and look, as soon as I pull my army here to defend against the Mutas, what does he do? He just probes in with these roaches here. He's actually gonna go snipe my Nexus here, or try to. Hopefully I'll notice this. I could storm with these guys. I selected them. I did select them in game, and no. Oh, a little bit sloppy. And look, okay, this whole time these Lings are fighting, my expansion goes down here, and these Archons are getting shredded here. This whole time this battle's going down here. I finally bringing these Templar here, trying to snipe them with his roaches. But I've lost this expansion. I've lost this expansion. I am on 0 base. I am literally on 0 base. I mean, no mining here. I mean, the gas is mining, I guess, but I already have so much gas here, it's not really making a difference for me. I need minerals desperately, and I'm trying to put down a Nexus here. But he's still at 81 harvesters, throwing down more spines, and the reason for that is, well, I thought he was going Hive. Maybe he's not going Hive. I really would like to see Hive from him. Oh, it looks like he's getting Hydras again. But I really would like to see Hive from him. That's something he could definitely be doing. No reason not to go Hive on this many bases. I mean, he is definitely ahead right now. But this army, 3, 2, 1, great upgrades. This is a very sturdy force against just one armored roaches. No contest in favor of me. We'll see how well my army does against his in a little bit. Looks like he's rallying in to try to save space here, so I'm trying to put some pressure on. Great storms. Oh, those Lings melted so fast. Melted like butter. The roaches really can't do much right here because they're afraid of the storms. Looks like they're going to go in anyway. Immortal, 22 kill Immortal, 10 kill Immortal. Good storms here. Blanket storming his roaches, forces them out of there, and I'm able to snipe his base. So, a little victory for me. But still, and I have even the harvester count a little bit. Units lost. Okay, I've been winning my engagements, but let's look at workers killed. 41 workers killed to 9. So I've been winning my direct engagements, but I have not been winning the harass. I mean, his harass has been spot on. 3 evolution chamber. I would like to see him get Hive. I really would like to see him get Hive. That is actually kind of hurting him right now. I mean, he has so much money, he really could go for Hive here. But it looks like he's getting another nice network. He still has a couple mutas just down there for harass. Still has this overlord, so really could throw up a nice network here. He's scouting my whole base here. If you look at what I see, I still don't. I mean, I know these bases are up, but I haven't been able to put any pressure on them. He, on the other hand, has basically read my entire build here. He knows what's up. And looks like he's coming in with these +2 armor roaches now. And I see this nice network, but okay, this is really sloppy by me. You don't need to bring your whole army to kill a nice network, because look at this. Well, he didn't see the Nexus here, but he just snipes the pylon, gonna snipe some gateways. I have to bring these probes away so they don't die, because I was actually long distance mining from one base there. He actually runs some roaches up here just to scout my base, so he's basically playing right here. Snipes a couple gateways and leaves me with 1 there. But still, this army, very potent. This whole game, he has not been able to kill this core army here. He's not been able to trade armies. He's been able to deny expos, kill workers, but never kill my core army. And that is the key point here. That's what's making the difference in this game. That's what's keeping me alive. So here I thought, okay, I'm definitely losing this game. At least this is what I thought. And I was like, okay, he probably has half. I mean, he has half the map in the expos. He probably has brood lords or altars or something. And I'm just scrambling. I have like no money here. I'm scrambling to put down nexuses and try to rebuild my infrastructure here. And Dark Shrine, the classic move to try to put pressure back on the opponent, get Dark Templar. You can definitely do some hurt to an unprepared opponent. And he actually tried to roach drop my base here, but I sniped both overlords, so that's a little plus. In game, I actually didn't know. I mean, you can't tell overlords actually are carrying units, so I didn't know that I actually killed fully loaded overlords there. And here we go, old school style. Brood War players might recall the Doom Drop here. We do have Doom Drop coming in here, as well as a flank attack from these roaches. Try to pull my High Templar back because he's trying to snipe them. This whole Doom Drop is just killing my infrastructure. It's sniping down gateways here. and looks like I was able to kill the little force trying to kill this expo. This expo is so saturated, so super saturated. Could transfer some of those to long distance mine here. But these guys are putting the hurt on my base. But there is no retreat path. There is no retreat path. These Archons are bugging out. They're too fat to go through this gap here, so they're just stuck. He tries to burrow, but I do have 2 obs here. Blink in just to finish the job. Remember, 3-3-1 against 2 armored roaches. That is no contest for me. I mean, didn't even blink micro that well, and was able to clean that up no problem. But he does have a couple meters, has another nice network. He is just harassing like a pro, and oh my gosh, two lings running in. These 3 Archons are like, yay, we get to finally do something, and they get completely surrounded. And let's see, 14 kill, 23 kill, 14 kill, and they die. Oh, caught my High Templar out of position. That's so bad. And I have to storm myself. There's a couple High Templar, but 3 armor, 1 shield, 3 armor. Wasn't able to lose. Was able to keep most of my High Templar there, so that was good. He does snipe this base, but I have mined a bit of money from my 1 remaining expansion here. And now I've killed a lot of his guys. And if we look at his bases, I mean, this is not saturated at all. He's actually lost a bunch of harvesters. I think that's because he's made like 1,000,000 spine crawlers here. and that is because, yes, he finally has a hive. He's finally going brood lords. I would love to see this way earlier. But this is mined out. This is mined out. This is mined out. This is being harassed by Dark Templar. And let's see how many kills these guys have. Yeah, so I basically ran these these Dark Templar in. I don't think the others really did that much. But I was able to snipe 1 of his bases, which is basically mined out already. So he has 1 base. He has 1 base, so this is a lot closer and than I thought in game, and that is because I have killed so. I mean, I've been so much more efficient than him in my engagements. His harass has been spot on, 68 to 9. But in the engagements, I've been slaughtering him, and that's basically the reason that I am still in the game here. And this Doom Ball, I mean, for the first time in this game, I'm substantially ahead in supply. I'm doing great on my army count. My harvester count is looking basically even with him, so that's bad for a Zerg player. And but I'm so scared of the spines. Okay, this is like a death trap right here. I mean, broods and spines. That's like, I mean, you are not breaching that defensive line anytime soon. Even with what I have here, even with my very nicely upgraded 3-2-3 ground force. So it looks like, despite the odds, a little nice going down here, but didn't really do anything. Despite the odds, I am actually in this game. I have a good chance to take this game. He actually has like no minerals at all. He's like in the position I was in like 5 minutes ago. Except that, oh, it looks like he's getting this base here. Except that I actually have a superior army composition than him at this point. So he has 5 broods, and I don't agree with this. I think he was kind of in last stand mode. He was like, okay, I need to do some damage. Maybe these broods will take me by surprise, but 5 broods is nothing to what I have here. Really nothing, and they're not upgraded. They have no armor upgrades at all. And I'm just one-shotting the broods here, and he calls it GG, and leaves the game. So again, this was a crazy game for me to play. I felt like I was running around the whole time, trying to do my best to deny expos. And at the same time, he's harassing me. He was able to take out so many of my workers. He was able to kill each of these bases multiple times. And but I was able to claw my way back. Was able to barely hold on. And basically, I in the war of attrition here, I was able to force him to well, he mined out all his bases and still wasn't able to win. So just showing you the cost efficiency of army compositions like this. And I loved his play style, but I think, you know, Hive would have been a lot better if he had gotten Hive sooner. So, but yes, it was a very good game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I will have more videos out soon. Thanks, guys.